Welcome to another episode of Roll or Die. We have for you
Hi.
today another Portuguese-speaking guest. He's one of our teammates, Brentos and my teammates from Dominance. He's a little bit nervous about his English, but we're telling him that he can speak Portuguese. Half of our audience, I think, speak Portuguese as well. So we're really looking forward to getting to know him a little bit more. He's a first-degree black belt at Dominance, also trains at a new Jiu Jitsu academy called Spectrum. He is Vicente's Murta. Thanks for joining us, Vicente.
Thanks for having me. I'm so happy to stay here. And I listened podcasts a long time ago. I think this time, it's 28 in Brazil, many podcasts, and always I was thinking about participating on podcast, and now in Australia, my first time.
Oh,
I
good.
am so happy. Never because my English, but that's okay. I'm happy.
Yeah, lots of our
Thanks
guests
so
cannot
much.
speak great English, so no, you're in good company.
All good.
It's
Very good.
Thanks so
it's
much.
almost as good as getting your black belt being on the Roll or Die podcast, I think. You've had some of your friends come on the podcast and that sort of thing. So it's nice to have you on, Vicente. Tell us about how you started in Jiu-Jitsu.
I started Jiu Jitsu in 2012. I was 18 years. And I started in 2012. And I got my blue belt 2013, 1 year after I was fast.
Wow.
Yes. Yeah, but
Had
I
you
was in the
done
blue belt.
other martial arts before to progress so quick?
I did karate when I was kid, maybe about 4 months. I'm not sure. I was yellow belt, the second belt. I don't remember.
Mm.
But when I started training jiu-jitsu, I loved it and just stay never
Yeah.
stopped. I just took a break for around 6 months because I hurt my knee, but always training. Not too much, and sometimes training just a little bit, once a week, twice a week, every day, but never stop. Yeah, that's it.
And you're from Salvador in Brazil?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm from Salvador,
Where is that? Tell us
Brazil.
about that area.
Is northeast, I
Hmm.
believe it's northeast in Brazil. Is not a big city. My state, Bahia, is a big state. Um, But yeah, it's close to the beach, it's main beach in Salvador. And yeah, I miss my city. I like it a lot. And that is good jiu-jitsu. That is good jiu-jitsu. I I live there all my life. All my life. I just live in Taparica, you know the city close to Salvador, but all my life in Bahia, in Salvador. And the first time I moved, also Australia.
Is there anyone,
Yeah.
apart from you, is there anyone famous to come out of Salvador in the Jiu-Jitsu world? Are there
But
is there any world champions or famous people from Jiu-Jitsu to come out of Salvador?
Mm, we have Mauricio Oliveira. I don't know if he was champion the black belt. I'm not sure. Gutenberg
Gutenberg?
Gutenberg
Okay.
Pereira. Now he is training in AOJ. We have from Bahia Sergio Rios. He's a good guy too, not from Salvador but from Bahia. And maybe I know the new names, but I don't remember very
Yeah.
well. But the most of champions are from maybe
Yeah.
Manaus is North, and São Paulo, Rio de Janeiro. But Salvador, that is a good guy. Jiu-Jitsu is
Yeah.
growing a
Hey,
lot.
so Vincent,
It's
we
growing a lot.
hear about Manaus a lot. Where?
And I know that Manaus is a good fighter from there. Um, Many years ago, many fighters from the UFC are from Manaus. Um, Ronaldo Jacaré,
Yeah.
and just I'm not sure, but Jose Aldo and many other guys from MMA and the Jiu-Jitsu too.
Yeah.
I can't say many names, but I know many names are from because And some guys started in Manaus, and maybe when it's growing, move to São Paulo, Rio de Janeiro. It's normal in
Got it.
Brazil. It's so
Yeah.
normal. So
How
normal.
big is your town? How many people in Salvador? What's the population?
Uh, And the population, I'm not sure, but maybe 4 millions,
Oh,
4 million people.
not so
I
big.
need check, but it's a big
Yeah,
city.
yeah.
But I need check.
You
Okay.
can
Yeah,
But
yeah.
more than 2 millions.
you can tell us 4 million, we
Safe.
believe you, mate. Okay. So you trained, did you train at the same gym from white belt to black belt?
Nah, nah. I started in the white belt with my professor was Mario Junior. His teacher was Edson Carvalho. He's a old guy. He's a um I'm not sure, but now he's red
Okay.
belt. It's a long time. And Mario Junior used to old school guy. So my first year training jiu-jitsu was with an old school guy when we trained hard a lot. Yeah, was good for me because I knew too much about respect, about the match with one old school. I trained with him, and then 2012 until 2016, and I moved to training to Cassiano Xuxa. Yeah, until move to here, but always I keep talking and train sometimes with my first professor.
Okay.
We then for me it's so important because I moved the gym, but I keep my friends, and it's curious and it was good for me because when I got my black belt, my professor Xuxa invited Mauro Junior, my first professor, to give me a black belt too. So then they gave me a black belt together. I
I
cried a lot.
bet.
Yeah, it was
Tell
so
us
good.
more about that day that you got your black belt. Did you know you were
Uh,
getting it, or was it a surprise?
not surprised, I think, because I was 1 year in the white, 4 years in the blue belt, 2 years in the purple, 2 years in the brown, and I got the black belt together with some friends, two or three friends. Alexandre live here, trained Dominance too. He got black belt with me, and he started with Mauro Junior too. And was no surprise, but was good. I can say that when I got my black belt was one of the most important dates in my life. I believe it because when I started jiu-jitsu and I loved it, and my journey was good. I enjoyed the white. The blue belt was the belt I compete more, was the blue belt, and purple, brown. And when I got my black belt, I said yes now. Because everyone say in Brazil, the jiu-jitsu starts in the black belt. And
Yeah.
when I get, I say yes. I start feeling it when I got my brown, because maybe the brown belt look, we say in Brazil sometimes, the brown belt is almost black
Yeah.
belt. You are almost black belt. Yeah, and for me it was so important day. It's one of the most important days in my life when I got my black belt.
It's very cool.
Yeah.
When you got your blue belt, sorry, your black belt, were you teaching? Did you become a teacher or an instructor at that time when you got your?
Eh, I started teach, and yeah, teaching when I was
Okay.
purple. My professor helped me a lot, Shusha. But since I was blue, always I asked my professor, "Oh, do you need some help? If some new guy come, some white belt, always I ask to him, can I help him?" And always I wanted to teach. And when I got my purple, um, 2017, but I started teach 2019,
Okay.
2 years after, almost
Almost
brown,
black.
because my professor, he taught on the one university in Brazil, and it was like before him was another
Yeah.
friend, after him my professor, and after my professor was me.
Okay.
And say, "Do you want to teach there?" I say, "Yeah, of course." I was purple, no too confidence to teach because I was
Yeah.
purple, and but yeah, yes, I liked it a lot, and I started teaching 2019 as a purple, and the same year I got my brown and stayed there until 2022.
Yeah. Yeah. In 2022, did you then come?
Yeah, 2022
Yeah.
December on the
Yeah.
Christmas. My Christmas was on the because I came here um 26
Okay.
December.
Oh,
26
very
December.
Christmas. Right. You
Yeah,
left Christmas Day almost
very
over there.
Chris.
You
Hmm?
almost left it. You
Sorry?
almost left on Christmas Day from Brazil to come over.
Yeah, yeah. I think I left to Brazil 20 twenty
Yeah.
three
Okay.
23 because my trip was so long.
Yeah.
Was Brazil, Argentina, Chile, New Zealand, and Australia.
Wow.
So
36 hours, maybe 36 hours.
you always had a dream to come to Australia, or how did you choose
Mm,
Australia?
when I was kid, teenager, always I think about movie to another country. Always I think about it since I was kid, but I didn't know when. But in 2022, something is changing in my life. I I was on my little company and wasn't so good, and I said, I think now it's time to move. It's time to move, and I was black belt, and they always I say that the jiu-jitsu is growing in many countries. And one day I was talking with Dewey and Alexandre. Dewey trained Dominance too. We had a group on WhatsApp, and one day I say, guys, I think I will move out to Brazil. And they say, why? I say, I don't know. I want to move. I think it's now. You see, I don't do it now. I don't know when. And it was like, yeah, Saturday. And Monday I say Australia, and Tuesday Melbourne. I say, why?
Wow.
What's Melbourne? Because they didn't know. Oh, where's Melbourne? Why Melbourne? And they say, I don't know, because I was looking for some cities in Australia and Sydney and Melbourne. But Sydney, I don't know, many people say about Sydney. They say, Melbourne is big too, good opportunities. And I think Melbourne is better. I don't know. And I started seeing many videos about Melbourne. And they say, yeah, I moved to Melbourne. It was May
Wow.
2022. And yeah. And yeah, I think 15 days after it, I bought the school to come. I bought the school. 15 days after, I bought the
Wow.
tickets. And wait 6 months. Yes, because I have one daughter in
Yeah.
Brazil. I have one daughter, yeah. And I say, yeah. I closed my company and I say, I will stay here 6 months with my daughter, spend time with my daughter and my family. And in December, I am going to
Yeah.
Australia and I came here alone. And it was hard. It was hard. My first month here was so hard.
Yeah.
But
I remember, I still remember you and both you and Dewey coming into the gym like for the first time, and
uh,
being nervous and unsure, but you're both fantastic to have uh, on the mats, mate. So it's really good that we
oh,
got you and you didn't go to Sydney. So we love having you down in Melbourne. Did you
oh, thanks
did
so
you
much.
compete a lot in Brazil? Was competition something very big for you?
Um, I compete in Brazil more when I was blue
Yeah,
belt, and I was purple just once. When I was brown just once, just a little
yeah,
competitions in Salvador.
yeah,
And when I was black, before coming here, I said, no, I will train more. Like 6 months before I come here, I closed my company. I said, I will train and compete before going to Australia. And yeah, I compete maybe 3 or 4 times. But here, yeah, but not a
yeah,
lot. I think when I started teaching jiu-jitsu, it was harder to compete. And I get sore nervous when I will compete. I get sore nervous. And now it's better. Now it's
Yeah.
better, but before sore nervous. 1 week, 1 week before, it's hard to sleep. But now I'm feeling better.
Yeah.
It's better to
You
compete.
compete well.
But before was hard.
You've done very well.
Yeah.
You've won the Victorian State Championships, South Australian Championships, the Pan Packs. I think you got
You know,
silver. You won nationals. Yeah,
yeah.
you've done very well.
Yeah, was a good
Yeah.
year. Was a good year, because I try to do my best with my routine. My routine is hard because I work as a load container in the morning, and sometimes I can training and I start teaching. But yeah, I try did my best. I wanna do better this year. Not about just medals, but about performance, about feel better competing, and but yeah, was a good year. Was a good
Yeah.
year. Was a good year about
I
competitions.
I think Vincent, uh, learning how to compete and actually being happy with your jiu-jitsu is a better feeling than
Yeah, I think he still win, get medals is better. But how can I say? If I compete and losing, fighting
yeah,
good, I will
yeah,
feel good. I will
yeah.
feel good. If I win, fighting bad, I feel good too. But if I not so good how I fight good and
Yeah,
win, you know.
yeah,
But if I lose and I fight bad, I fought bad, it's
yeah,
hard because for me the pump Pacific was on the final. I lose for one penalty, and was for no yes I stolen yes on the middle to the dawn was correct, and I think I didn't feel good after it because oh was a
yeah,
penalty, and I tried doing my mind. I prefer now if someone sub me or more points for me and you win like this, then I lose for because I get one
yeah,
penalty. And because it, I did after Pan Pacific, I'm trying more. Link gave me many tips about it on the day, about training more, about how no, don't get stolen. And yes, and because it, I'm changing my training and try getting better about it. For never lose for penalties more. For points, for sub, okay, that's normal, can
yeah,
happen, but not for
yeah.
penalties more anymore. Yeah.
You mentioned about your routine as well when you're coming into a competition. What can you tell us? What is your routine like with
So
training?
now my routine is I work. I woke up like at 5 a.m. to work as a the container. After it, now I'm going to teach. I teach almost every day. And when I don't teach, I try go to the Dominance to train, and I train with my students too. And for me, it's hard teach and training at the same class. I don't know. I don't know how Link do it. Link is a legend because he can teach good and train good in the same day. For me, I do sometimes. I try, but it's hard for me. And I try go to Dominance. I try train with my students. I try lift some weights
Yeah.
too. I don't like lift weights. I don't like workouts. I do just because I need, but I found one way. Then I like to go to the gym. I spend like 20 or 30 minutes on the gym. I do just one or two exercises. And for me, it works. Like, not the perfect, but it's how it
Yeah.
works for me. It's one or two exercises on the gym, try train and train once, twice, maybe 3 times a week. Training, properly training. Yeah. But for me, before I felt like, I need to train more. I need to train more. Yes, I need to train more. But in my life now, I, I, I need, I can't, I need to feel good about it because I can't train it twice or three times a week.
Yeah.
And yeah, I'm doing my best with 2 or 3 times a week.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When you are getting ready for a competition, so whether it's the night before or on the day, are there things that you do?
One day before, I try. The most of competitions, I was losing weight. I was losing
Yeah.
weight. And all competitions, I was working as a
Yes.
referee. As
Yeah.
a referee too. And for me, was the hardest thing because I'm working and I am nervous. And at the same time, I need to take a break to compete. Because I like to work as a referee
Yeah.
too. I like the good money and I like to, for me, stay, learn about rules. And yeah, but I think the easier is when tell my division and I put my phones, my
Yeah.
AirPods and listen my music and over there I'm
Yeah.
feeling good. I'm feeling good because I listen to my music and yeah, just enjoy, go to the fight. One night before it's harder to sleep in the morning. On the way to the competition, say, oh, maybe you lose, maybe you win. I don't know how you do it. So nervous. I don't know why. I think that everyone is, so some people's more nervous, some less nervous,
Yeah.
but it's
It
normal.
is. Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Very
normal.
normal. What music? So
Yeah.
you're about to walk out onto the mats. You've got your earbuds in. What's the
Um,
song, or what are the couple of songs that you have before to?
I can listen some Brazilian
Yeah.
raps. I like to listen some Brazilian raps. Yeah, maybe. Yeah, sometimes some chill music to relax. It depends, but um, before the competition, I do my playlist to the competition, and some music is I think it works in my mind. And before into the match, I put some music. This music today, this music before go to the
Maybe we
match.
need
It's good.
maybe we need some Brazilian rap in our playlist at the gym, eh?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And Vicente, what's the biggest differences you think between Brazil and Australia, even jiu-jitsu or in general, otherwise?
It's a good question. Um, First about life. About life. Brazil is a good place. I love my country, but um, it's hard because Brazil is too many poor people and too many rich people. It's like a more more poor people, more too much more. But it's hard because you you if you have money in Brazil, you can live good. Not safe, not safe, but safer than another
Yeah.
people. It's hard for me to say it, but it's real. And one of the hardest thing in Brazil, then I can't I can't see it's changing. I can see it changing. Brazil is big. Brazil has 230
Mm.
million people, almost 230 people. It's too many people. Um, Different regions, different. The people thinks different. It's hard to change. The corruption is hard in Brazil. So, but it's a good country. The people are
Yeah.
so happy in Brazil. It's like if some people from another country go to Brazil, they so friendly
Yeah.
with them. And I miss the people in
Yeah.
Brazil. Some peoples in Brazil, some friends, of course. But I like Australia a lot. I like Australia a lot. I think I am here two a little bit more than 2 years, and I'm feeling good here. I like the people here. I like the life here. I like here is a place, a safe country. And for me, it's good. I can walk on the
Yeah.
night at night on the street and I don't need um, like worried about my phone, about my pods, my walks. Because in Brazil, when I was walking at the night, maybe those phone, those watch, and it's hard. It's get you. I am feel anxious about
Yeah,
it. In Australia, I can do it. Yeah, it's about the job, about many things. Because each I want to stay in Australia. I love Australia. I want to bring my daughter to here, and I want to live here. And about jiu-jitsu, I can't say too much. No, I say, but no, I didn't see in person. No, I saw. Because in Salvador, I just stay in Salvador. In Salvador, jiu-jitsu is big, but no big as São Paulo or Rio de Janeiro. I have good friends. They move in Salvador to São Paulo, Rio de Janeiro. But Salvador, I have good friends in jiu-jitsu. Good, very, very good guys. Sometimes I think, oh, imagine if they come here and they train with me in the dominance, in this practice. I think, oh, it's so good because jiu-jitsu is good in Salvador. It's men black belts. I think one the biggest difference about jiu-jitsu in Brazil and jiu-jitsu in other countries, maybe yeah, is more black belts. Is more black belts. It's normal, many black belts. And here in Melbourne, have black belts, but not too much black
yeah,
belts. But in Brazil, many black belts, because in Brazil, Jiu-Jitsu started before. It's a
yes,
long time ago, so it's growing. But I can see Australia is growing a lot. I think the guy here has many discipline, yeah, many discipline like students in dominance or in spectrum. They training every day. Or if you training 3 times a week, train 3 times a week. And for me is important because the guys keeping. And I can see I am talking about Salvador and Melbourne, not all Brazil. But the more people competing here,
okay,
competing. Some guys they don't competitions like normal people, but keeping competing. Here I can see more. And yeah, but I believe the jiu-jitsu in Brazil now is bigger, the biggest in the
yeah,
world, of course. But I can see on the podiums in the world and the biggest championships. Sometimes you can see some guys from other countries on the podium. Sometimes in the first, sometimes got silver. You
yeah,
know, I think he's growing. Because yeah, that's it. I think he is
yeah,
growing. In Australia too is growing. I think
yeah.
yeah.
I I think I think Australia are still on their first generation of black
Mm,
belts because really, let's say John Will was one of the first black belts, if not the first. His
mm,
son, Felix, has just got his black belt. Whereas in Brazil, there would be a lot of fathers and sons or uncles and nephews, that are training that both have their black belts. There would be a lot. So, that
oh,
difference of time that the jiu-jitsu has been in Brazil to the
yeah.
difference of time that's here, it's quite big, right? So,
The, the,
It's only
the
about
first black
30
belt
years here,
is
yeah?
from
It's
yeah,
about
let's
30 or
say,
so,
yeah,
30
yeah,
oh
plus, maybe 35.
John Will is the David professor, yeah?
Yeah.
yes,
Yeah, and Peter
Yeah?
Devine, but Peter's son, Brent, is he's a black belt. He has been for a few years.
yeah,
But yeah, they're running the
yeah,
Okay.
academy together.
yeah,
But
yeah,
yeah, Pete hasn't yet retired,
yeah.
so
And like,
yeah, we're still in that first
yeah,
generation.
and not saying that Felix was the first father son, but I don't know if we could name 10.
Not too many. No,
You know what I
that's
mean?
right. Yeah.
Mm,
So
Yeah. So
oh,
how many black belts would be in a club in Brazil, for instance, on average?
sorry?
How many black belts would be like on the mats in a
On the
class, say
mat?
in a normal Brazilian club? We might have like say
It,
4 or
it,
5
it's
here.
it. it depends. My last month training in Brazil, I was training in GF team,
Mm,
the
big,
GF
big club.
team in Salvador with Felipe Sena and man black belts, sometimes 10
Yeah,
or
yeah.
more, and good black belts. And now in my gym when I was training with Chusha and my friends, I think now 5 or 6 got the black belt
Mm,
now, just this year. It's like one black belt, it's normal. It's many black belts, many black belts. It's funny for me because when I left Brazil 2022, many of my friends was brown, some purple, and when I saw them, I said, "Oh, it's black belt." And some guys when I was purple, they was white belt, and now it's black belt. I say, "Oh."
Yeah.
Now you are a black belt, yeah. And but man is more black belt. I think it's more about more time spent with jiu-jitsu
yeah,
about it. I think in jiu-jitsu in Brazil now is bigger, but in Australia is growing.
yeah,
It's growing a
Mm.
lot. It's growing a lot because many Brazilians and black belts, brown belts, and move to another country to get one better life with jiu-jitsu.
yeah,
Because for Brazil, there is a many black belts. It's hard to get money with
Yeah.
jiu-jitsu in Brazil. You can open one gym. I think it's the best way to get money with jiu-jitsu. I think anywhere, but in Brazil it's hard
mm,
to get money. I know many good guys and very good guys in Brazil and don't get money. Compete, but don't get money. Teach, but not many students. And many people, many black belts are moving out from Brazil. Many movie long time ago to America, USA. I think the second country more jiu-jitsu
mm,
after Brazil. I think is
Yeah.
USA. And man, I think it will be. It's growing too. I think with the time, more Brazilians get out to Brazil to try another country to live about jiu-jitsu. I believe
Mm.
it.
yeah,
I believe it.
I think it makes jiu-jitsu around the world better as well. In not in every way, but in a lot of ways. Having Brazilians come out here, and I know Kim, you've been coached by Brazilians. We've obviously
yeah,
competed. We've got friends who are Brazilian jiu-jitsu, athletes and coaches and referees. It also, I think, it also helps the culture. It is Brazilian jiu-jitsu, so it's nice having Brazilians out doing it. Like when you guys walk in, I'm like, oh shit, like these are Brazilian guys here. So I think it's awesome. I really do.
Yeah. And yeah, here in Australia, many Brazilians. In Sydney and in
yeah,
Queensland,
Everywhere.
many
yeah.
Brazilians, many Brazilians.
Gold Coast.
And yeah, Gold Coast. In Melbourne, I think it less than Gold
I
Coast
think
AC. I
because
think
it's a bit colder.
Mm.
The Brazilians like to go where it's warm weather. They like the
yeah,
sun.
I think it's because it. But I prefer cold.
Ah,
I
good.
prefer cold.
We
Yeah,
prefer to have you here too, so it's
Yeah.
good for us also.
my hometown is so hot. But I prefer cold, and I like Melbourne for it too. But yeah, I can see the jiu-jitsu in Melbourne. It's growing a lot too.
Yeah,
I
Mm.
think I think it's though just Australia because I know more jiu-jitsu in Melbourne than other cities, but I believe it is growing. It's growing
yeah,
a lot here, and I know many Brazilians here, and many Australians too. And I try a lot know about know about the people. Know it's like if there is one Brazilian and one Australia. I try not choosing who is Brazilian or who is Australia, but I try know the people. Know the doesn't matter if you're Brazilian, if you're Australia. I try know the people. Yeah, and yeah, I have good friends in Jiu-Jitsu here. The most of them are Australians. About jiu-jitsu. But I have good friends in jiu-jitsu
Yeah.
with you. And Jonathan stay in the last podcast, yeah, Antonio, and I can say everyone, but yeah, Louis Alexandre, I knew in Brazil, but then I know
Yeah,
here, um, I met many too, but no too much. Yeah, that's good. That's good. I like it, man, and I like too how the Australians having us. I like when we like when my first time in the Dominance, I say, oh, just Australia. Because when I go to the Dominance, because Dewey invited me to the Dominance, I come here first. I come here 6 months before
yeah.
Dewey. And I was training one gym, go to another gym, but no staying. And what was funny because we went the first time for the Dominance, and after class, he said to me, "Man, everyone smashed at me. What happened?" I say, "No, I don't believe it." I say to him, "I'm going to die, bro. I, I Vingança? You like Vingança? Vingança, you like I will go to that,
Yeah.
and but I'm going to that. Everyone smashed at me too." I say, "Oh."
Yeah. Yeah.
And I say, no, stay here. He's a good trade. Everyone smash you, everyone smash me, and they love it. And I have three people here in Australia. They are so important for me. I think the most important people here for me, Australia. Then I know here the link and Ryan Barry
Mm.
is the my boss in the Spectrum and
Yeah,
Antonio. Then he introduced me for referee, introduced me for many
yeah.
people.
Antonio
Uh,
recommended you to come on this podcast too.
yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Mm.
Yeah.
he said me, and for me, three people. Then the too many important for me. I don't know if he was. Lucky, but I know good people here. I know good people here. They they help me a lot and because I want to stay here. I know good people here. It makes my life
Yeah,
easier here. Because for me, jiu-jitsu, yeah, it's about fights, but it's about friends
yeah,
too. For me, it's important to make real
yeah,
friends. Yeah,
Yeah. And tell us a little bit just before we finish up about Spectrum. We've only talked briefly about that. It's a gym in the north in Mill Park in Melbourne.
in
It's
Mill
a
Park, yeah.
smallish gym, or how are you finding teaching there?
I was on the Instagram and I received a message. Hey, how are you? I say, hey, I'm good. Do you wanna teach? They say, oh, of course. Let's go. And I asked to Link if it's okay because I was trying the domination. Link said, no, yes, let's go. And then and say Link shared so the post on stories too. And then I started there and they had a smaller gym and we moved it out, changed the gym,
Mhm.
move at place,
Yeah,
move it
location.
for a
Yep,
bigger
yep.
place, move a location. It's growing a lot. It's growing a lot, a lot, a lot. It's like the last week maybe almost 10 new
Mm.
students, and the last class was 42 students.
Wow.
wow.
My last Wednesday class 42
Yeah,
was harder for me, and then now we will put more
yeah,
classes, but it's growing a lot, a lot, a lot, a lot. Um, just because Ryan Barry is a good professor
yeah,
too, and it's me. I do my best, and the students are good too. But we are growing a lot, and make me feel good because for me, in jiu-jitsu, the most important is teach. I like to teach. I like to see my students. We were to the Savage with like a 5 students, and almost everyone got gold.
yeah.
Brilliant.
Mm.
And yeah, and the kids I started teach kids 3 or 4 months ago, and yeah, yeah, it's a beautiful job. It's a beautiful gym. I like a lot my students, and I making me so happy,
Right.
making me so
One
happy.
other question, sorry,
No,
Brent, if you don't
good.
mind.
Go for it.
Did you speak English much in Brazil, or did you really only learn it when you came here to Australia?
Ah, I in Brazil, I think I just say hello, how are you?
Yeah,
Bye
yeah.
bye. Just it. I'm starting to learn
So
here.
in 2 years, you've learnt this much English because you were a bit nervous about your English, but you've been perfect. There's no problems to do
I
this.
mean, I'm trying getting better, and thanks for you guys too for listening with me and
Yeah. No,
make me feel good
yeah, our listeners,
to
even
talk with you.
they like the Portuguese accent anyway, even if it's you think your English is not good, we just like to also hear the accent as much as what you're saying. So it's win
Thank
for everybody. Everybody wins.
thanks so
E-
much. Thanks so
Even the
much.
word, like, even when you say jiu-jitsu, I'm like, God damn, that sounds good. Like, we're just like,
Yeah,
bleh. And like the
yeah.
Portuguese accent just makes it
The
sound so
accent,
sexy, mate. So,
much better. Yeah, the guard. Yeah, the
Some
guard.
words are hard to Brazilians, like T8 is hard to pronunciation, and E, like a Facebook. Uh, words like this is harder for us, for Brazilians to speak, but we keep
that's
trying.
lovely.
Yeah,
I'm
It's
trying.
lovely.
yeah. That's great.
Yeah.
That's great. Do you want to wrap it up, Brentos,
Yeah.
or did you have any other questions?
Nah, one last thing from you, Vincent. Give us something in Portuguese, whether it's to your friends here, whether it's to Brazilians in the community, or to it's your family back home. Um, say something in Portuguese to.
Eu queria agradecer a todo mundo que está no Brasil e que me apoia, que sempre me apoiou por estar aqui. E sabe um pouco quanto difícil foi vir até aqui, sozinho, saudade da família e tudo. E dizer que foi muito difícil no início quando eu cheguei, mas que com muito trabalho e com um sonho grande, tudo foi melhorando. E aí hoje eu tô aqui, o que é muito importante. Estar aqui hoje fazendo um podcast pela primeira vez e tô muito feliz. É isso.
Beautiful, mate.
Thank you very
No
much.
idea what you said, but I'm sure it was
Thank you.
wonderful.
Man.
We need to. Tim and I need to.
Thank you,
Tim and
brother.
I need to work on our Portuguese. I think that's what that just showed
I'm
us.
like you. I know the equivalent of the English that you know is what I know in Portuguese now. I need to swap it up and learn my Portuguese too. Yeah.
Oh, legends.
So,
We will finish it there. That was an awesome podcast, Vincent. Thank you so much for coming on. It
Thanks
was
so
really
much.
good.
Thank you.
As a reminder to everybody, we have our athletic body care soap. We just gave some of this away the other day to a couple of people and t-shirts. So
Oh,
if you need some, jump on the on our socials. There's links to it. So check that out. It's really good. That will help get stuff
save
away. Uh, I'll bring
send me on Instagram. Send
I'll
me.
bring one in for you, mate. I'll bring one in for you.
we'll bring one.
Yeah,
Ah, good.
perfect.
Oh, thanks so much.
Um, we
Thank you
still
so
have
The
some
much.
t-shirts.
t-shirts.
Yeah,
We
we
still have
still got a
t-shirts.
few different sizes. So if you would like one, if you take I've just got back from Hobart today. I was traveling. I wore my Roll or Die t-shirt on the plane, and I
Oh,
didn't take a photo because I'm crazy and silly and I forgot. If you take a photo of yourself wearing a Roll or Die t-shirt on a plane, I'll send you some soap. So how's that? There we
okay,
go.
good,
So
good.
you
I
have to wear
got
your
you.
Roll or
If
Die
you want a
t-shirt.
t-shirt, shoot us a message. Probably Instagram is the
Yeah,
best way. Yeah.
yeah, for
Yeah.
sure.
Oh,
Shoot
Instagram
us a
works
message.
great.
awesome.
But that's it for another episode of Roll or Die. It's been great having you on, Vincent. Look forward to seeing you back at
Thanks so
training.
much, guys.
Kim, with the guests of, again, you smashed that out of the park, mate. I appreciate all the work that you guys do. We will see you guys on the next episode of Roll or Die. Thank you for coming. Remember, share the post,
Thank
like
you.
the post, tell your friends, wear your Roll or Die t-shirt.
See you soon. Bye.